everybody, we are officially starting what is our very, very first Team Dynamix cooking class, brought to you all the way from Hong Kong. So we literally are travelling the world today. I'm thrilled to introduce Catherine as our Hong Kong consultant, who is going to be our guest presenter today. So
thanks for bringing me here, Lisa.
Thank you so much. Absolutely thrilled. And what we'll do is we're going to focus on finger food, but I guess we should ask Catherine a few questions because we need to get a little bit of knowledge about maybe Chinese cooking or Asian cooking, Malaysian cooking, or any type of cooking that you specialise in. Your favourites?
Well, I'm originally from Malaysia, so I like a strong and spicy food, particularly. But when I moved to Hong Kong, hardly we can find Malaysian food here. So my husband is from Hong Kong. Definitely, I like Chinese food as well. I try to adapt a lot of more lighter food, and chicken wing is one of our favorite foods since kids. Yeah, we always have like chicken wings all the time during our meal.
Wow.
Yes.
One of those go-to things.
Yes.
Well, that's really good. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to introduce you to everybody in our team as we go around and do the cooking. So you'll get to meet Zed, Melissa, Josh, and we'll just zip back to Catherine, who's going to do some cooking as well. So today I just want to talk a little bit about the TM6, and what Catherine will show us is pretty much how we do manual cooking in the Thermomix, as well as the option to do guided cooking, which is a recipe that you've selected from our recipe database, and it comes through on the screen and you can just follow the steps as you go. So if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to pop them in the chat box, and any of us that are free at the time can answer that, or James, you can just read them out if you can see them there. So we have all hands on deck today. We have no trouble whatsoever. So I would love Catherine to start with, actually no, we won't start with Catherine, pardon me, we're going to go to Zed today. So Zed, are you ready to go? Yes, James, do you know how to do the rest? Okay, so what we'll do is just tap onto Zed, which is there, participants, and Zed.
I'm good to go? Not yet.
Live video. Here we go. Over to you.
Oh, there I am. Oh my God, on the big screen. Hello to everybody from me. I am in country Victoria in Jindavik. First time I've been here, and I'm looking outside the windows here. There's a lake, there's trees, there's mountains. It's absolutely beautiful. So we really are going all around the world. Okay, so our first Team Dynamix cook along. I'm so excited to be a part of it. So thank you, Lisa, for having me part of the team. And today I'm going to make the cheese pies. So what I have already pre-done is I've made the dough. What I'll do is I'll talk us through what went in there. So let me just go to the beginning. Oops, see, went too far. Okay, start. All right, so what's gone in there is 250 grams of orange juice. Now, orange juice is not something I'm familiar with making dough, but it's really worthwhile doing because the flavour, that just slightly sweet flavour into the dough is really beautiful. So we also had 90 grams of sunflower oil, 500 grams of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and pretty much just kneaded that for a minute, and that's been resting there for a while. So I'm going to go to the next stage of making the cheese filling. So just bear with me while I get to the right section. Okay. The other thing I did, unfortunately, I wasn't organised enough, so I went to the local supermarket here. I couldn't quite find the Gruyere cheese, so I'm going to substitute today using tasty cheese. But to me, that's one of the beauties about the Thermomix recipe. You can substitute. If there's another cheese that you like, you can do that too. If you want more of something or less of something else, you can adjust to your personal tastes. So putting in 200 grams now. I've just cut them into large chunks. If the rule of thumb is if they can fit in through the hole of the lid of your Thermomix lid, then they're small enough. You don't have to cut them any smaller. All right, so I've got a little bit extra there, but that's okay. Now I'm going to chop that up now. That's on speed 5. So speed 5, 5 seconds, that's done. Now I'm going to add the feta cheese. I'm going to pop it all in. Reload it so that's okay. Forgot the egg, so 1 cracked egg, mine's just a medium egg. Throw that in there as well. Now, where's my, oh, here it is, sorry. A teaspoon of dried mint. It's really lovely. If you, the mint flavour is lovely, but if you prefer a different herb or maybe you'd like to put in fresh, you can do that as well. Once again, adjust to your own tastes.
Zed, Sharon's just asking which recipe this is.
Oh, I beg your pardon. It's the cheese pie recipe. I think it's in the UK cookie dough. So when you want to find a recipe that's outside of Australia, please just remove the filters to include other countries. And just by putting in cheese pie, it should pop up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to just break this again, another 5 seconds. So what I'll do, I don't know if you'll be able to see this.
Sorry to interrupt, we've got a couple of new people come in. If you just want to reintroduce the dish really quickly.
Okay, hi to the newcomers. What I'm doing today is called the cheese pies. It's in a collection in the UK cookie dough. Just to find that recipe, just take your filters off Australia or include the UK and you'll find it. What I've done so far is I've pre-made the dough and next I have grated the cheese with some egg, and this is what that looks like. So that's going to be the filling for our cheese pies. And I'll just leave that there for now. So what we're going to do now is start rolling out the pastry, and I'll show you how I'm going to cut it up and then put it all together before we pop it in the oven. So I'll just keep going.
Yes, please.
And oh, I'm here, sorry. Another thing too is I'm not in my own kitchen, as you know. I'm in Jo's kitchen, and Jo's going to be my helper, and she's going to grab the iPad and hopefully hover over what I'm doing so we can so you can all see exactly what's happening. All right, Jo.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you, Jo.
So I have wrapped my dough in the silicone mat. Okay, this is where I think we need the camera to hover over the top. And this is what that dough looks like. I'm not even going to flour this. I find there's enough oil in there that when I did a test run last week, it did quite well. Now, I'm just going to quickly, sorry, just rinse my hands again.
Looks like a lovely consistency or texture, that dough. It looks beautiful.
Does everyone know that you can use your spatula to cut the dough? So I'm going to just cut that in half. The reason I use this is so I don't cut into my silicone. I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to just roll out the other half. We'll do it in 2 batches. I've got a really nice heavy marble rolling pin here. Just to mention here too, this I found that this dough is just a little bit, what's the word? It comes back quickly, but this one looks like it's doing okay. So just slowly roll it out. from the centre going out. I hope this is not boring to watch, everyone.
No way, no way.
If anybody wants to ask a question, actually speak it rather than put it in the chat box, you're welcome to do that because this is a bit boring, I think, to watch.
Can you freeze these then?
You know what? I don't see any reason why not, but I haven't done it myself yet.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say maybe 2 to 3 millimetres thick. You can kind of see that, right? And I'm going to stop there and start cutting it. Actually, this maybe it's the rolling pin. This worked out much better than when I did it last week at home. There we go. So I'm going to pretty much cut it out like so. And then if I grab a spoon.
Very good camera work, Joe.
We've lost it all together now. Where is it?
Now I'm just going to do the one. Just a little bit delicate here, trying to get just the right amount. The first time I made this, I found that I put not enough of the cheese filling. So, and therefore it was a bit more pastry than cheesy. This time I'm going to put a nice large chunk and kind of stretch the dough out because that's already shrunk a bit. I'm going to stretch it out like so. And the other little trick that I found so that the dough doesn't fall apart is I get a toothpick and stick that on top. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of these like that, pop them onto my tray, and you can come back to me later on after we've pulled them out of the oven. How does that look?
That looks fabulous, fabulous. Can't wait to see them when they're all golden and oozy and beautiful. Thank you, Deb.
Great. Okay, you're welcome.
Is go over to Josh's kitchen. And just before Josh starts, for those people that have just come in and caught the tail end of Zed's dish, it was the cheese pies that she made with a very unusual pastry that's made with orange juice. So really different. So that's sort of always nice to get some new hints and tips. But over to Josh, who is going to make all about it, Josh.
Hi, thanks Lisa for having this little cook along. It's my first demo, so yeah. So I'm going to do the Camembert with cranberries and almonds, and I cooked it last week for the first time, and it was delicious. So let's get into it. All right, so 50 grams of brown onion, which is roughly half an onion. Next, insert the measuring cup in the measuring bowl. Next. All right, so we're just going to blend it for 3 seconds on speed 5. All right, so now we're just going to scrape down the sides of the bowls really quickly to get the onion down to the base. Next. All right, so next is 80 grams of dried cranberries. I've already pre-weighed all this because I had a lot of fun this morning. So that's easy. All right, 40 grams of salted butter. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of port. All right, so we're just going to insert the measuring cup. And then we're going to, for 5 minutes, on reverse blade, 100 degrees Celsius, speed 1.
Perfect. Thanks, Josh. Good start. Yay! We're going to spotlight over to Catherine. Love that. So over to Catherine now, back into Hong Kong, and we're going to start with, sorry, bear with me. Here she is. Okay.
Hello there.
First step, go Catherine.
All right, so what Lisa has already marinated this, like we have around 10 to 12 pieces of chicken wings, and we marinate with 15 gram of dark soy sauce and 15 gram of light soy sauce with 5 grams of brown sugar. So it's preferred to marinate 30 minutes and over, or it's preferred like, it's better like overnight, all right? So just we can get the flavor into the chicken wings. So now we also have prepare, let me see, 10 grams of ginger, and we cut like very thin slice. Okay, this is very typical Chinese way of cooking. And we also, the good thing is that with the Thermomix is we can follow the cookie dough recipe and also a manual cooking. So if you have like your home traditional cooking carried from your grandparents, and you can actually convert that into Thermomix method. Okay, so it's so powerful machine. So we flip over here to call out the scale, and we would like to have like 15 grams of the oil. Actually, you can make more than this portion. You know, it's just gradually increase those seasoning, and 15 grams. That should be right. Yeah.
What would be the largest amount that you could?
As long as, you know, as well, probably 20. I would say it's like the right amount with this cooking time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course you can try making it more if you have a big family or big party. And I'm going to put the ginger in. And we stir for 3 minutes. Put that here. 120 degree. And spoon speed. This is just to make the oil, reheat the oil and make the ginger fragrant out, right?
And I can't wait to start smelling that lovely ginger as it starts to sort of infuse into the oil. While we're waiting for Josh's cranberries to cook and do their thing over there, I just want to ask Catherine again, because I know that she was saying at the start, and some of you missed that, about how this is one of the go-to dishes. So how do you think that came about? It's just like a favourite because of being a favourite?
It can actually, this dishes, can make like 2 different kind of pattern, I would say. You know, if you want, you know, Chinese, you know, especially the kids, if you want the sauce to be like more, you can put more water. And if you want to be like a finger foods with like a braised and dry without sauce, then you will put less water. So yeah, so you know, I was kind of just design from or make more creativity on this dish.
Oh, what a good idea! What a good idea. Okay, well, that sounds great. I personally love doing Asian food in the Thermomix, and we were just having a little bit of a chat before about the pork spare ribs and pork
char siu.
belly. Yes, the char siu. So if anybody is interested in developing their Asian culinary skills in the Thermomix, touch base with your consultant or your advisor, as you guys are known over here. And obviously they'll be able to help you with that. So at the moment, I'll just do a little bit of chatting until Josh tells me he's ready. So at the moment, we're talking about leading up into Christmas and the exciting things that the Thermomix can do. And of course, we know that, and most of us on here today have a Thermomix, but of course, nothing better than perhaps the idea of gifting somebody a Thermomix. Big gift, I know, but hey, a few people getting together and putting on a beautiful gift like that would be amazing. We have a new addition to the Mix shop where you can buy gift cards, so people can kind of start to accumulate their own little special purchase as well. So lots of ways to get a Thermomix, and yeah, just accessible for everybody and an awesome surprise. So if you notice up here behind Catherine, we've got a come and join us for fun, food and more. So we're talking about
David.
our teams. So if anybody
Okay, no, I'm watching a Zoom.
learn, maybe pop on mute. Anyone wants to learn a little bit more about the Thermomix, best way is by becoming a consultant or an advisor. So we're here to help you with any of those questions as well, and also earn your Thermomix. So that's all sorts of good. I'm just thinking, I've actually got a few of these spare ribs in the fridge and I didn't actually include them. I'm going to go and grab them. Thanks, James, and add them in.
Please,
Now,
I'm ready.
okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you, Josh. We're going to spotlight over back to you and see your next step. Yay, you're on.
So, thank you. My Thermomix is just chimed, so we're just going to hit next. All right, so it says to add 50 grams of slivered almond. So I'll take the lid off. Dump in some dust. I'll quickly just push it down. It doesn't say to, but I've got some onion and all that up the side, so I'll just quickly push it down. Okay, so it's insert the measuring cup into the lid. Hit next. All right, so this is 1 minute at 90 degrees, and it's going to be on speed 1 again on reverse plate.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we're going to leave you for 1 entire minute and go back to Catherine because her sauteing of the ginger is done.
Yeah, 3 minutes. You can see it's big, like that. And it's a very simple dish, and we can just pour all the chicken wing into the TM bowl together with the sauce, all the sauce. Okay.
It smells amazing already, everybody. It's got that little caramel almost.
So another trick is you have to remove this measuring cup because we want the steam to all coming up from the hole, so you can actually dry out all the sauce. Okay, so we'll put 20 minutes. Sorry, I left out a step. The water is about 50 grams. As I said, we need that, not so much, the sauce. Only 15 grams of water. 20 minutes cooking time. And aroma. And remember to tap in the reverse so we won't spoil all the chicken. And split spoon.
Well,
Now we're waiting.
perfect. Well, that's a nice 20 minutes now where you can pretty much be free to do your own thing while the Thermomix does all the cooking for you. And I must say, I adore that part of it all. So Josh, we can come back to you now for your, I think your 9 minutes up. So we're back.
Yep. Welcome back. All right, so it's chimed. It's asked me to transfer it to a thermo bowl or another bowl with a lid. So I was lucky enough to have a white thermo server, which I adore. It's used for fermenting yogurt and stuff. So I'll just transfer this and then I'll show you what it looks like.
Look at that thermo server. Thermo server is currently on promotion only. It's the only way to get it, and that is by hosting your very own cooking experience. This is in Australia, of course. I'm not sure of what the promotions in Hong Kong or Malaysia are, but Josh, do you want to tell us about the special thing about that white thermo server?
For me?
Yeah, or not?
Oh, I can. Yep. So what's special about the thermo server is it fits perfectly into the baroma. All the other thermo servers are a little bit too large. So it means you can ferment your yogurt in the bowl. And yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah,
That is pretty.
yeah.
And it looks pretty.
Totally.
Okay, so this is
Totally get
the
that.
cranberry mixture. So I'll put the lid on that and put it aside. Am I moving on or are we going somewhere else?
No, you're welcome to keep going now.
All right, so is that cleaning the bowl? Which is perfect. I hate cleaning the bowl. 500 grams of water, which I've pre-weighed. Okay. All right, so it's asking to place the aroma dish on top. So you're going to put your lid on first. Aroma's on point. Next. All right, so it's asking to line the aroma tray with some aluminium foil and then some baking paper, which I've already done. So it looks a bit like that. And then I've just poked holes through the bottom of each piece of paper. So around 20 holes or so. And that just allows the steam to come through the paper and melt the cheese. Yes. So we'll hit next. I'll go back. All right, it's asking to put the Camembert cheese in. Now there's only 2 people in this household, so 900 grams or a kilo of cheese is a little bit too much for us. So you can just opt to buy a smaller one. So I've gone for 125 grams. I'm just going to place that right in the center. And then it's asking me to secure the lid. Like so. And then it's going to go for 14 minutes. And yeah. That's it.
Yum. I just cannot wait to see the finished product. I just love the thought of melted brie or camembert. It's just yum. Love it. So what we might do now, thank you, Josh, and we just actually wait with bated breath for that one, but let's go over now to Melissa. And hi. Melissa is going to make the ultimate finger food, and it's a cocktail. And I'll leave it to you, Melissa.
Thanks for organising, Lisa. Welcome everyone that's been here, but everybody knows you can't have a party without the cocktails, right? So I've just gone ahead and decided that we're doing some espresso martinis. I think everybody enjoys an espresso martini. So the Thermomix is not only just for food, but it is also for your famous cocktails. So I hope everyone can see that screen okay. So I've preset it to say it's going to cook today, so it's easily accessible. It's now telling me that I need to place 150 grams of vodka, which, trusty vodka. I have plenty of these, so we'll be doing lots of these over Christmas, I'm guessing. Might have to give some of my neighbours some of this tonight before I go out. A little bit over, that's okay. We don't mind going over when we're cooking and doing our cocktails, do we? Next, it's asking for 120 grams of Kahlua. Who doesn't love Kahlua? And for everyone who has previously made these in a shaker or anything like that, it's time consuming, it's messy. Using the Thermomix, it is really simple and easy. I have got some espresso coffee that I have cooled down and brewed earlier on today. So I shall add that 120 in. Hope it doesn't go through. Best part, I have got my thermos server and I've also just got all my ice cubes in there. It's not only great for keeping things warm, but it's clearly fantastic for keeping things cold as well. So bear with me with the noise because it is going to be quite noisy and splashy. And the simplest part of all, pop the lid on with the measuring cup in as well. And pretty much, I'm not going to turn it. It'll be noisy. across everyone's ears. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is strain through a mesh sieve, but I've had one of my little cocktail lids. I'm just going to strain that in.
That looks amazing.
Smells amazing too.
Yeah.
We'll let that strain through and I will present that later, and hopefully it'll all still be here when I present it to you.
Amazing. That was so quick. And when you think about if you go out to a bar and what it would cost you to buy your espresso martinis.
$20 right there.
Yeah,
Easily.
$20 right there. Yeah, wow. Yeah, there you are. I
Crazy.
think that, yes, the money saving with the Thermomix with all our drinking.
Absolutely. And it's so much simpler. You know, I used to do them all in a cocktail, but you'd get 1 or 2 drinks out of that. I can get 4 out of this and be quite comfortable knowing that it's going to last a few friends rather than just a couple at a time.
Yeah, exactly. We recently made the margaritas with citrus dust.
Love the margarita.
Yeah, love the margaritas, except we've never really been that keen on the salt part around the rim. So with this particular recipe, you dry out in the oven. I think it's lime, orange, and lemon peel, and then you blitz them in the Thermomix and dip the rim of the glass in those, and they are just out of this world. They're so nice. But yeah, how's it? Is it nearly done, Melissa? Have you nearly got the finished product?
Oh, nice.
Sorry, I'm going to have to drink some. It's
You have to drink that. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
So good.
I will explain why I don't have a cocktail glass though. I've only got a big wine tumbler. We're packing up to move, so unfortunately all my glassware has been packed away. So
it looks great.
Happy days.
It is now the most flexible cocktail.
Correct.
So good. Thank you for that. Just going to come back to us now, and what I remembered, or what James actually remembered that we have in the fridge, is the citrus dust that I was talking about. So it lasts for ages. So you can just make a big batch and you can have it in the fridge, obviously to do the margarita rims on the glasses, but also it's really nice just to sprinkle on salads, to pop into stir-fried veg or anything like that. And it's just a beautiful, zesty bit of flavour. So nothing goes to waste with the Thermomix. So this is just the rind of lemons, oranges and lime. So again, let's aim for zero waste, reuse everything, save a fortune, and it's really healthy and economical and convenient. So love all of these little tips and things that you can do with different things and improvise, I suppose.
Yeah, coming back to here, so constantly you should, use a spatula to stir it so that, your chicken wings is evenly cooked. So now in the last 10 minutes, we're going to put some honey. It's about 15 grams of honey. Just put through the hole, the lid hole. So what it helps is that to thickening the sauce and add a little bit of flavor in it. Yep. And then you can constantly stir it to make it more evenly.
Well, no guesses as to what we'll be having for afternoon together. Yeah, we are 3 hours behind Melbourne or Australia at the moment. So yeah, we'll can't wait. Okay, so Zed, how are you situated over there? Have you got any finished product? Or I guess they're still in the oven.
They are still in the oven. Yeah. Oh, so sorry, what was the question? Ask again.
We're quite keen to see what you're up to.
Oh, okay. So what I've done is there's 4 of us here today. So I have put enough of what we need to eat in the oven. And then I have continued to fold and make a bunch of the rest of it. So I've now finished all the cheese filling, and we're going to freeze these, and we'll see how it does freeze. But there is something I feel like I need to mention. This dough has been quite, what's the word, elastic, and I've got a feeling it could just be the gluten in my flour. So every time I cut it out, say into that shape, it then shrinks. So I've been really trying to, stretch it and stretch it. So I think it just might be my very fresh from the farm flour. I don't know. So they're kind of, this batch has become, I don't know, all sorts of odd shapes. So you can see some are skinny, some are fat, But we're going to freeze them, and we'll see how they come out down the track out of the freezer and straight into the oven.
Nice. Have you got some in the oven at the moment?
I do. I can't. Yeah, they're cooking away, but I feel like they're still probably 10 minutes away. Sorry about that.
Oh, not at all. That's wonderful. We're just sort of keen to sort of check in and see what you're up to with making the little shapes. They look really, really cute, actually.
Yeah, so look, the biggest tip I can give here is that you've really got to stretch them over the cheese, overlap one into the other, and just prick that toothpick into it just to hold it. If you don't, because the dough's not very sticky, what tends to happen as it cooks is that it just starts to come apart. It doesn't hold that shape. But the toothpicks, I've tried it like that, and they definitely keep it in shape, and that's good.
That's a really good hint, actually. Great idea.
Yeah. One last thing that I didn't show you is what I did was I got some milk, and I just dabbed some milk on top of the pastry afterwards, and just sprinkled some sesame seeds.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that'll make it look that little bit nicer at the end.
Beautiful. Wonderful. And have you made anything exciting of late in the Thermomix that you want to tell us about?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. What did I make? Oh, it was the scallops and, oh my God, I've forgotten its name. There's beautiful, it was on a pea puree with the scallops, balsamic reduction, and some pan-fried either pancetta or bacon over the top. So if anybody wants to have a look at that picture, it's on my Instagram page, Zeds_kitchen.
And I suggest you have a look at that because it looks absolutely like you just ordered that at a restaurant. It's so perfect.
It certainly plated up really pretty. It's impressive. So if you've got anybody coming over and you want to wow them, definitely consider making that particular dish as an entree. The whole recipe was just, it says cooking for two, but you've got 8 individual scallops there. So to turn that into 8 entrees is perfect.
Oh, yum. Great hint. Thank you so much. All right, well, we'll scoot back to you, Zed, after a bit. So just yell out when your piece is ready.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
We might go over to Josh. How's yours faring?
Yeah, I think mine's ready. I've stopped the clock a little bit earlier because it's a smaller wheel of cheese, so less time to melt it. So I stopped it 3 minutes shy, so it's 11-minute cook time, I believe. So I'm ready to proceed, I guess. Right, I'm just going to allow the cheese to cool for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I can transfer it. So I've got 2 to 3 minutes, Lisa.
How many, sorry?
2 to 3.
Oh, 2 to 3. Okay. So do you reckon you could just wing it and do it?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's live on the edge.
Yeah, it's going to be nice regardless. All right, so I'm just going to use that as the base.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yum. I'd like to be at your place right now.
Do you want me to cut into it? Oh, I've got to do the cranberries. Oh.
Yeah.
Let me do the cranberries.
Oh, wow. Can't wait to make that.
It's delicious.
It looks so impressive. I can almost imagine that as well. I mean, the biscuits look great, but with like a crusty baguette, that would be gorgeous as well.
Just
Yeah,
need
last
this-
week we used to crust it, I believe it was, and that was pretty good too, but it went soggy a little bit quick, but it's still good. It didn't last that long, you know.
Yeah. That looks amazing. Okay, do the honours. Do the honours. We've got to
Moment
see.
of truth.
If I'm
Got to do it.
Yum.
I'll take a section out for you.
Oh, yum.
Oh, seriously?
I won't put it on the thing, it's a bit messy, but
That's
Yum.
exquisite. Oh, it's
I'll
just,
put a little push for you.
yeah.
Ooh, looks
Oh, wow. That's
Amazing.
almost a round of applause for that one.
Well done, Josh. Yum.
Love it.
Oh,
love it.
yum, Josh. That looks
Yes.
amazing.
So yum, so yum. And I was about to say, don't forget to take a photo.
Oh, yeah.
Dom took one.
Okay, good, really good. Looks great. Thank you so much. Alrighty, love it. Getting some great little comments as well. So thanks, Sharon. Okay, so we've seen Melissa's finished product and she's tasted it and vouched for it. So that's all good. And we can go back to my kitchen with Catherine. Well, my kitchen. This is not really my kitchen, but anyway, my makeshift kitchen. And we've only got a minute to go here, so I'll get a plate and get all ready to dish it. And we're all coming together beautifully. So we could almost pretend like we're about to have our little finger food banquet all together, which in a perfect world we probably could.
Lisa, there was a question about whether this recipe was going to be shared.
Oh, yeah, Catherine. You're happy if I share this recipe
Yeah,
around?
of course. No problem at all.
All right, so what we'll do, guys, if anybody would like this recipe, please just be in touch with whoever it was that invited you along today, and I'll make sure they've got it and they'll pass it on to you. So, yeah, just touch base.
Yeah, we still have about 37 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Don't think any others. We'll check.
All good.
So Lisa and James, you already smell that, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
I cannot begin to tell you the aroma in this place is out of this world. It reminds me very much of when I do the pork spare ribs.
Yes.
It's so good. Just got that sticky, almost salty, sweet smell. It's just incredible. So good.
Amy Holker would like the recipe, and they want to know if it's wings or ribs.
Oh, thanks, Melissa. These are wings, chicken wings.
Yeah. There you go.
Here we go.
So we can look at that.
Oh,
Pick it up right now. See, that's why I said, depends on the water, and you can just see how thick is the sauce, huh?
they're actually coated beautifully in the marinade now because it's reduced so much that it's just like this sticky kind of gingery soy deliciousness. What I'll do is I'll actually do what Joe did with Zed and actually show you what Catherine's doing, so you can get a little bit of more of an idea of just how.
And the chicken wings coated with the sauce.
Yeah.
See?
Yum.
Well, we've got another thing to add to our repertoire now, guys.
Mm.
You could do lots of batches of these and just have them sitting in the thermoserver, couldn't you, Catherine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So the more you put, probably, you need to adjust a little bit of the cooking time. If you put a lot of wings.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's quite a few. I ended up topping up what we had, so we probably had about
13, right?
Was it?
Or 14.
Yeah, thereabouts. So if you did a few batches of those, you've got a lot of chicken wings, and that's really great for party time.
Sharon's asked if we could use other cuts of chicken, or could you do it with tofu?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can use, the chicken thigh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, good question. Thanks, Sharon. So what was the other question, Melissa?
That was that one. Yeah.
Oh,
That was whether you could use other cuts of meat
just
or tofu.
With bone or without bone is still fine.
oh, wow.
Yeah. You can even use pork with this recipe.
There you go.
Yeah.
That looks so lovely.
So I have to check some pictures later.
Yes.
There you go.
That looks
It's
amazing.
my chicken wing.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Really, really nice. Thank you. Oh, no, that's great. Alrighty. Well, I think at this point that kind of finishes our finger food class for the day. I hope that you're inspired and ready to try some new recipes and yeah, start practicing and getting more familiar with your Thermomix. And if you have any questions, as I said, please touch base with whoever it was that invited you along, and I'm sure that they'll have all the answers for you. But other than that, we're over and out from Hong Kong and over and out from everyone over in Melbourne. And thank you so much to Zed, Melissa and Josh for stepping up and presenting so beautifully. Love it all, and can't wait to actually do all of this in person and eat and drink together. It'll be a lot of fun. But, take care,
Thanks,
everyone.
Riel.
Thanks,
I'm
everyone.
going to, as
Thank you to
you
Catherine.
start to leave, I'm going
Thanks,
to
Li-
just
Oh,
show you what my oven looks like coming out. Hang on, or Joe's oven. If I can just turn the screen. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Oh, here it comes. There it comes. All right, so you can see they've oozed out beautifully. Isn't that
they
nice?
smell delicious. They look absolutely lovely.
And they absolutely do smell delicious.
Oh, they look amazing. To think we almost didn't get to see those. I'm so sorry. That would have been a really, really bad way to end up. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Zed, for all that.
Oh, that's all right. So I'm glad we managed to get it out of the oven in time anyway. So thanks, Lisa, for hosting today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us as well. And thanks, Joe, for having me in your kitchen. Bye from
Thank you to all the people behind the